Inazuma 11 Victory Road of Heroes is on the horizon. But I asked you guys on Twitter what your hot takes were regarding the upcoming game. What did you not like about it? That's what I wanted to know, and today that's what we're going to discuss. So without further ado, let's hop straight in. First up, they need to stop localization. It's harder overall, but we can accept the fact the game is set in Japan. Yeah, okay, this is a weird one, because I love the dub names because I'm stupid and my brain can't process things that aren't English, because as a true Brit, England is the only country that exists in my mind. But I definitely think that they wouldn't lose anything just sticking with the sub names. I mean, they were doing kind of already with Unme, and I think they will go down that route this time, but I wouldn't mind it at all. It wouldn't bother me. I could definitely see some people disliking it, but I'm curious if anyone wouldn't buy the game if there wasn't a dub. That's what I'm curious about. Let me know down below if you fall into that category. And I'm actually very curious to hear what you guys think of these hot takes. So make sure you let me know down below, and subscribe and like if you haven't already. We do daily Inazuma 11 content here, basically, and any support is massively appreciated. But yeah, so in terms of localization, I'm not sure. I think it definitely obviously suits the game more being in sub, because bloody hell, the game is set in Japan. It makes sense. But I think that the dub definitely does well to bring in new fans who maybe would be a bit threatened if all the characters' names were in Japanese. I'm not sure. An interesting one to talk about. If it means that most every player can scream out their moves, then I'm fine with each player being limited to a certain move pool. That's really interesting, because I completely disagree with this one. Now, obviously what he's referring to is the bit of voice acting we've seen in the game, and the voice acting when they use the special moves. I think Darren says Mugen in the hand when he uses Mugen in the hand or whatever. And basically he's saying that if it means that every player is going to be able to say the name of the move, then it's fine if every player just has a certain small amount of moves and you don't get a whole lot of customization. Now, I disagree with this. I'd much rather have customization over the voices for each move. But I guess that's why it's a hot take, innit? It's an interesting one, but for me, I would definitely rather the customization. I don't like how the protagonist looks at all. The rest is Gucci. Completely agree with this. I think the protagonist looks a bit weird, and I'm not too keen on his nose. It's such a specific detail, but I'm just not keen on his nose at all. Aside from that, I think the rest of the designs are kind of peak, and I really, really love them. I'm worried the number of Hazatsus will be relatively low, making the 4,500 characters plus a bit meaningless. Hopefully they age like milk and there'll be proper variety. This will be an interesting one, because I think it could be quite low if it's, if everyone has to be voice acted and all that stuff. But hopefully they're kind of going down a similar route with the characters, where they're just going to kind of AI some of the animations or whatever. I wouldn't mind that at all. I don't need every animation to be this big fancy thing. I just want to have a variety of moves to be able to give my players ultimate customization and make them really feel like my players. Maybe that's a hot take. I'm not sure. Let me know what you guys think. But I definitely hope that there will be a large amount of Hazatsus. I get this. I worry completely. I think there definitely is potential that they'll sacrifice something, and that something could be the number of Hazatsus in the game. I mean, look at Go. That cuts so many Hazatsus from the OG3 games. But here's to hoping. This is a really interesting one. It should have stayed an Ares/Orion game like originally intended. This one I completely disagree with, but I 100% see. Now, see, I love the fact we're getting a completely original game. I think that's brilliant. I think it's exactly what Inazuma 11 needed, especially after Ares and Orion weren't that well received. I think it'll be the best way of getting new fans into the franchise. With that being said, I would do anything for an Ares/Orion game to also be made on the side, or have it be a side story in Victory Road of Heroes. Because, I mean, come on. It just makes sense to have some kind of game based on Ares and Orion. It was this big anime series. It was the big revival of Inazuma 11. Come on, it'd just be sick to have something based on them. And I really, really am sad for the fact we'll never see a proper Ares/Orion game. Maybe down the line. You never know. But I'm happy we're getting Victory of the Heroes. And I think I'm happier more we're getting Victory of the Heroes. But at the same time, I would have loved to have seen an Ares/Orion game. Inazuma 11 games should have stopped after Inazuma 11 3. There's a lot to unpack here, and I don't even know where to begin. I mean, it's hard when they don't provide a reason, I guess. But off the top of my head, I mean, Go 3 I think is brilliant, so I kind of disagree, and Victory of the Heroes I disagree. Also, for the sake of my YouTube channel, I disagree. But it's a very interesting take. Very interesting. It's probably not going to come out, look, someone had to say it. I disagree. I've never been more confident about Victory Road to Heroes coming out. Because of the fact level 5's on a resurgence, because of the fact we've gotten so much gameplay now, we know so many features about the game, you know, we've gotten tons of different news updates that are consistent. Oh my god. I think it's releasing this year, 100%, because we've got a worldwide release confirmed. Now, I think it's 100% releasing this year. Late this year, don't get me wrong, October, November this year, but I am genuinely confident. This will bite me in the ass in a month when it's delayed, but if it doesn't come out this year, I think it will come out. It's going to come out. I'm sure of it. Genuinely sure of it. I genuinely hope they do not have voice moves, because if Strike's anything to go by, you'll hear stuff like, Tornado Tunnel, yeah! 15 times a match. It gets extremely annoying. And if X voice move is meta online, you should hear that voice line everywhere you go. I do kind of agree with this. I'm not too fond of voice moves. I think it's a fun feature. To be fair, I play most games with the sound off anyway, so I guess it wouldn't bother me too much. But yeah, I can see it getting really annoying really fast, especially with fast dribble moves and like when you're trying to S rank and stuff. Yeah, I'm not bothered. I think if voice moves, if they have to choose between voice moves and anything else, I'd basically always go for the anything else. I don't want to see anything sacrificed in favor of voiced moves, because I just don't think it's that cool of a feature. Kessions, Mixie Maxes, and Totems will not come back, and they shouldn't. Not even how they function in Strikers, they need at least to tack on so much of the gameplay. Even though I love the Go games, I'd rather experience closer to the OG trilogy. Completely agree with this. I don't think we need Kessions, I don't think we need Totems. I'd love to see Mixie Maxes come back in some kind of form, but not like Chrono Stones where they're absolutely broken. I just think, yeah, it completely overcomplicates an already really exciting gameplay system. We've been playing a ton of Inazuma 11 1 and 2 recently. 2 we're doing for a members-only channel, and 1 we're doing live with Inazuma Souls. And they're so much fun. I just love how simple it is, and it creates so much interesting gameplay that you don't get in Go. I love the fact in 2 I can just run around the opponent's goalkeeper, and that's like the greatest thing I can do, rather than bloody Fighting Spirit, Armify, Mixie Max, Ultra Mega, V5, Infinity Shot. I'd much rather do it through what feels like actual football skill with the occasional fun Inazuma 11 special move. I don't need everything to be Ultra Mega Super Anime, though maybe that's the football fan in me talking. Not sure. And finally, I'd rather see the adult Go characters have backstory explored in small doses than just the new characters. They may have had 3 games, but it's basically like 99% of Raimon are underdeveloped at all. Only Tenma and Tsurugi get the little backstory, not even Shindo gets any backstory. Okay, this is interesting. So we've kind of heard that the adult characters won't have any appearance in the game, basically. You know, obviously Mark is going to be kind of referenced. I think he'll be in the game somewhat. I think he'll get a cameo. But we're not really going to get any of the adult characters. And this is basically saying, I hope that they are in the game, the adult Go ones, and get a bit of backstory. Just to basically sprucing up the characters a bit. I would love to see them in the game, but I think if they were in the game, I don't think they'd get any backstory. Just because I don't think Inazuma 11 cares that much about these characters now. I think they'd much rather focus on their brand new cast, and I think that's a smart idea. I think we've kind of got to look at this game as our chance at getting more Inazuma 11 games in the future. I kind of want this to be as accessible as possible to a new crowd, and so I'd rather not fill it with tons of fan service, even though the pandering would be nice for us. I don't want a whole chapter dedicated to adult Sam telling us about his tragic backstory, because I think it'll put off potential new audiences. And that's not what I want in the long run, and I'm sure not what a lot of Inazuma 11 fans want in the long run. Maybe they do want that. For optional stuff, though, I would love it, though I don't think we're going to get it. I would absolutely love to see the adult characters explored in fun optional stuff, and I do hope they exist in the game, and we take them on to competition routes and all that kind of stuff. We'll see. But there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video, just taking a look at some of your hottest takes. Make sure you let me know more hot takes down below in the comments, and my favorites I will send a reply to saying how much your opinion sucks, or that I agree with you, or whatever. And make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And also, if you want to become a YouTube member, we've started doing YouTube member exclusive Let's Plays. We've got one going on at the moment, which is an Inazuma 11 2 Randomizer Nuzlocke, and another one coming soon. So make sure you become a member. It'd be really epic. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.